Good evening, everyone. There's Aaron Will Becker. I am back with another book review. This is the book Winning Every Day by Lou Holtz, one of the greatest college coaches ever. I believe he's been ranked up there with Vince Lombardi. And so I read this book because it came highly recommended by a friend. And coaches write great books on principle-centered living when they're a principled leader. And sports stories, I just connect to them. For some reason, I just really connect and get it. So 3 leadership principles that come out of this book is 1, build your self-belief or your belief in yourself. 2, build your team up. And 3, expect greatness when you focus on the fundamentals. Now, as you guys know, I like to talk about what's in the book. So, welcome to my readers. Yeah, these are new. So, right in the foreword by Harvey McKay, he opens up and he says, "You are a champion. You have it in you to always be a champion." And I do believe that. I do believe that every person has within them everything that God has given you. Like, you have everything that you need given to you when you were created to go and be a champion. To live into your purpose and not only become the best version of yourself, but to make a positive and compelling impact in the world for good. All right, second one. When you teach something, you should let others talk about it rather than yourself. And I gotta tell you, that's something that's really big. Because you're, 1, keeping yourself in check. Okay? Meaning your ego and your high and mighty opinions of yourself. And we really do. We really want to keep that kind of thing in check. And we don't want to let it, we don't let our ego dictate or run our lives, because ego runs our lives right into the ground. And it can be a massive disaster, like a Hindenburg kind of an event, or it could be a puff of smoke, depending on the size of your ego and whether you've been working on yourself or not. All right. Number 3 quote. Take pride in making sacrifices and having self-discipline. I don't know when I really got this concept or idea. What I can tell you, though, is that there is a point in time, a specific point, where the lesson of putting in an honest day's work and an honest day's wage was driven home. And that's something for another time. But it's a good story. My dad likes it a lot. 4th quote. You can't be an absentee leader. I think every leader should mingle with his or her troops. And I got to tell you that in my time growing up in the Army and in my work life, I saw that the most effective leaders are those that knew their people and that spent time with them and that was with them, and really helped to help their people understand the importance of the mission. A good friend of mine likes to say, take care of the people, they'll take care of the mission. And in a lot of ways, that's spot on. Especially if you have good quality people, high integrity, high character. Those two really are the same and different. So, all right, number 5. Think about winning before you go to sleep and the moment you wake up. And I gotta tell you that my wife is going through a program with a good friend, and that's something that they talk about is that first 17 seconds when you wake up and what you're doing. So I gotta tell you, it's been something that I've been putting in practice. I need to work on it more. Sometimes I go right to the business of the day, the things I need to get done to start my day. All right, number 6. Quote number 6. You must possess something inside of yourself that eschews mediocrity while embracing greatness. You must welcome adversity as a test of your resolve. So, I don't know how my parents taught me to do hard things and to accept that there are challenges in life that we have to face. I do know that my mom promised my dad that she would go anywhere the Army sent us and she would make the best of it. And we had some tough times. She spent 3 months at the hospital with one of my brothers. Man, now that I think about it, my parents both did a bunch of hard things. My dad didn't like being deployed for a month for training in the field, but he went and did it. It was part of his job. One of the ones that really hits home to me, and I did not expect this, is when I was about 10 years old, 9 or 10. I'd have to try and find the medical records and figure it out, but I spent a week in a German hospital because I got hit by a car while we were living in Germany. And my parents couldn't be there. My dad had to go to work, and my mom was pregnant, expecting, let me see. If that was, it must have been 9. It must have been, maybe it was 9. And I gotta tell you that I know that was hard on my mom. She apologized once to me when I was an adult. But I wasn't upset about it. I don't remember being upset about it as a kid. It was really hard because I didn't have anybody to talk to for that week. There was a night nurse who was pretty cute, and she spoke English, but I think I saw her twice the week I was there because it was like the middle of the night. She was like third shift. So, but yeah, now that I think about it, I guess that there's a lot of different examples of them doing hard things. So, all right. Number 7, handling adversity is part of life. And I got to tell you, if you're at whatever age you are today and you've not figured that out, I hope that you get it today. Because being able to take those things and to deal with them without lashing out at other people, without wrecking relationships. It's hard. It's really challenging. When I was commuting into DC for about 2.5 years from where we live at, it messed me up a lot. That commute is not for me, and I didn't even drive, but it was very taxing on me. And I had to learn again over how to come home and not bring that stuff with me. So it's the easiest way I can frame this is the best way to deal with adversity is find positives to focus on. Even if it's something in the future that gives you courage to get up the next day. And sometimes that can be hard. I've had a few experiences where I felt horrible and I did not want to get up. But I did it. It was kind of crucial to do. I have responsibilities. So, all right. Number 8. When you care passionately about anything, it gives you a sense of purpose. And that is something that I have not only seen me do in my life, but also I've seen many, many people do. A good example from my life is so I served a 2-year mission for my church, and I had an old girlfriend that I went to go see. She lived in another state. I went up there for a long weekend to reconnect, to kind of see where things were at. And it was very, very awkward weekend. But I felt that things had been good and that they were kind of moving in the right direction with this young lady. And after about 6 months, so I went back home, and then we talked regularly for about 6 months. And I was making plans to move, to see what school would be best to transfer my education from the college I was at to, well, from the university I was at to a university up there. And when I brought this up and started talking about it, she was adamantly like, nope. And I'm like, I didn't say, well, let's get married in 6 months. I said, let me put things together. I can move up, I could take, really what I was thinking is I'd take like a semester off and just work, get a second job or something, just work my butt off. And then, pack the few things I had, and I really could have gotten like one of the 10-foot U-Hauls or something and driven up there in like a day and a half, 2 days or something. Because I thought that we were reconnecting, and I was very passionate about her. Needless to say, that did not go, because when she pushed back, I let it go the first time, and the second time I had to follow up, and that was the point where we ended up going our separate ways. I wish her absolutely the best. I hope she's had a fantastic life. She was an amazing young lady then, and I expect that she's probably an amazing lady today. All right, number 9. Too many people aren't willing to make sacrifices to help themselves, let alone others. One of the things that I have noticed as I spent more time around the entrepreneur community in the last couple years, last 5 years, as I've been working with people and learning from people, is that those who are willing to make a sacrifice, whether it's time or giving up a resource of some kind, they tend to be the ones that are willing to make the hard decisions, to make the plays that may not look like they're going to pan out, but then end up really delivering. Or if that one doesn't, then the next one does. And man, my parents made sacrifices all the time. And they trusted people a lot. There was a point where my grandparents, my mom's mom and dad, were in a serious car accident, and we all thought that they were going to die. And so my parents farmed out my younger siblings, my 4 younger siblings, my brother that's just younger than me. He and I stayed at the house. We took care of the animals. We cooked Sunday dinner. We all got, after church, we came back together that first Sunday, and then on Monday morning, put everybody on the bus. So we were by ourselves. And I don't remember them coming home. I don't really remember that. But I kind of remember those 2 weeks. And my brother and I did some fun stuff together. We did run of the house though. We went to bed on time pretty much, and but my parents made that decision, and they got help through the American Red Cross, I remember correctly, and traveled back to the States to spend time with my grandma and grandpa. So yeah, being willing to make a sacrifice for your family, for your business, and even sometimes it could be a small one, and you may not even really think of it as a sacrifice. But when you invest in other people, you're making a small sacrifice. It may be an encouraging word. It may be you give them a book. You just got to be willing to serve. And when you do that, when you serve, you make little sacrifices all the time, and you don't think about it, but it's how you lead. That's how you lead, is you make the sacrifices, the little ones and sometimes the bigger ones. All right, this is another quote on sacrifice. This is actually the last one for tonight. It says, people are willing to sacrifice, are quick to transform every negative into a positive. So when you are willing and capable of turning things around, you're able to quickly look for the positive and turn, those difficulties into positives. Going back to those 2 weeks that my parents came back to the States, the positive there is I learned how much my parents trusted me and my brother. And I don't think until right now, this very moment in time, that I appreciated that. I was rebelling at that age. And my angel mother, of course, spent a lot of time on her knees. So I just want to hit you up. And look, this is the reason I only did 10. Because I could be here for another probably hour. And I don't want to do that. I'm already 20 minutes in. But look, guys. Reading is how you... This is Lou Holtz's wisdom over his entire coaching career. From when he took his first coaching job to today. Or, I'm sorry, I apologize. Till he became the coach of the South Carolina Gamecocks. Or whatever that college is. Because I don't remember. All that wisdom condensed into 216 pages. And in a few days, I added that wisdom, some of those key points to my own mind, and pulled some of those quotes out to be made into graphics later. I can't stress enough how important reading books on leadership, books on history and biographies, how much those are. You can go to the website. Please go to Turning Leafs, Lima Echo Alpha Foxtrot Sierra.com and take a look at the book list. Pick a book. There's a bunch of good stuff on there. Brandon Sanderson, Storm Lake Archive. That is a fantastic book series. Book 5 is in the works. But that is a fantastic book series about living a principled life, use of power, willing to sacrifice. There's a couple different themes in there that are really, really good. And it's probably tied with my number one absolute favorite fiction book, other book series, because it's phenomenal. So look, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for spending your time watching this video. If you like it, if you got anything out of it, please share it. Please like it. If this is the first time to the channel, please subscribe below, because my goal is to get 2 to 3 of these out every month. Because depending on the book, it can take a little time. And don't be afraid of a book. Whether it looks like this, or like this, or whether it's 60 some odd hours on Audible, don't be afraid of it. Especially the books that I recommend. Go there and check it out. There's phenomenal books. So look, if you're looking to level up your leadership skills, if you're looking to develop your soft skills, if you're looking to develop your own self-leadership, that's what I do. I work with people and help them out. Come to the website, Turning Leafs, Lima Echo Alpha Foxtrot Sierra.com, and there's a Calendly link at the bottom of the page. Hit that and book a free appointment. Let's get together. And I really believe that after 15, 30 minutes, you'll be able to see that I can help you. And I'm looking to help people out. So take a look, hit the link. There's some other stuff over there. I do have a Superman video coming probably Monday, because I want to get this one out first. And then I did the Superman video already I just need to get the graphic prepared for it. So, my friends, thank you for spending time. Thank you for coming and taking a listen. If you haven't seen my Kung Fu Panda video, go find that one. It's phenomenal. The 10-year-olds I did it for initially loved it. I was teasing my kids because, man, I'm going really long tonight. I'm kind of wordy. I was teasing my kids because one of the boys from one of the other classes that wasn't in my son's class wrote a thank you letter saying that I was the coolest presenter that day. So I gotta tell you, that really kind of warmed the cockles of my heart. I really, man, it was so fun. So look, guys, have a good night. Take care. Read. Iron Will out.